Hi everyone, this is Gavin from Gavin's Gadgets, and here we have the iPhone Neo Stream. This is a beast of a piece of equipment. Thanks to iFi for helping the channel out by sending this for review. The first thing that struck me, and we're going to go through what you get in the box and sort of briefly run through how you connect it all up and what everything does, but then I'm just going to talk about the sound quality because that's the bit that really matters. The thing that struck me the most is how compact this is, because you can either have it on a worktop like this, or you can have it, that way around, with the display then turns vertical and have it like so. And it does come with a stand, so it does work in either direction. Very, very handy to have. And on the back, I mean, just look at the connections that you have, which I'll run through. So first of all, let's jump in the box, show what you've got, run through a few other bits and pieces, and then I'm going to talk about the actual sound quality. So this is the box that you get with the iFi Neo Stream. Ultra-res network audio streamer. It tells you that it's high-res audio, supports DCD 5112 and PCM 768 kilohertz natively. You've got Burr Brown, which I think provides a lovely sound, balanced circuitry, fully balanced, and does all the three stages of the MQA, so it's full MQA decoding and unfolding. It has on the back a list of all the things that it can do. There are so many. I'm just going to leave a link to give you some more information so you can check it out. But I'm going to show you what you get in the box. But I'll just run through very quickly. So in case you didn't know, but again, if there's anything I missed out, do check the link in the description. So it's an ultra-res Wi-Fi Ethernet network audio streamer with integrated DAC. Open source architecture, works with multiple control apps, and it'll be constantly updated and evolving platform support. So it does Tidal Connect, Spotify Connect, Room Ready, AirPlay, DLNA, UPnP, NAA, and quite a lot more. I've gone through what it supports. MQA have done that. It's custom design hardware and software, so you get a really good performance and execution. Fully balanced analog circuitry. There's 4 user selectable digital filters. You can have exclusive streaming mode, so you can have it dedicated to Tidal, Roon, NNA, NAA, or DNA modes for optimized performance. USB and SPDIF interfaces, regulated by a femto precision clock to eradicate jitter. There's active noise cancellation, eye purifier technologies all built in as well. Optical LAN input isolation technology. Everything they could do to make this better, they've done. There's Silent Line Retina Grey TFT screen with album art display, LAN optical isolation technology, superior sound over gigabit Ethernet connection, ultra low noise power supply and LAN optical transmitter receiver included. And there's a lot of stuff in this box. So let's just show you what you get. So when you take the lid off the box and you open it, this is the item itself. And I've got to say, I had visions of this being a lot bigger, but it's not. It's really quite cute. But I'll come back to this in a minute. Let's just take everything else out. So like a lot of iFi products, you have the quick start guide. And I can tell you now, you really will need to keep this initially by your side, because it tells you how you set the Wi-Fi up, how you select the Ethernet up, and everything else. It's really quite something. One thing you get is this, what they call OptiBox, and you can see it says OptiBox down there. And this is a high-speed optical transceiver. So you put Ethernet in there and optical out and power supply as well. Here you have the iFi iPower X, and you just clip in whichever accessory plug that you need, which will be in this box here. I shall show you that in a minute. So that's the UK plug. Obviously, I'm in the UK, and that is another, goes USB A. That's a plug adapter. You have the MQA setup, so it shows you how you can do that. You've got some iFi audio stickers, which I really love. And then you just literally have, that's the Wi-Fi connection piece that you can put onto the back, transmitting. You've got all the various different cables that you should need. So what you're seeing is included is a USB-A to USB-C, a SC fibre optic cable, quick start guide, the OptiBox, which I've shown you. There's an aluminium base, which is here. I'll take that out. There's the 1x5 volt power adapter, Ethernet cable, one antenna, and an instruction card. So you've got an awful lot of things here to keep you going. And if you don't want to use, let's just take this out a second, I'll show you. So you have some protective cushioning here and on the rails on the side here as well. Underneath you've got feet, but if you decide not to have the NeoStream vertical and you want it horizontal, here are the rubber feet that go on the bottom, and the screen rotates that's on the front, which I'll show you. But literally you just have absolutely everything you could need, and that works with that. And you've got your various cables here, Ethernet, optical, absolutely everything to get you going. And of course, the power supply as well. So that's what's in the box, an incredible amount of equipment. So if we look at the front of the unit, you have the selector knob that you can turn and push. You have the display here as well. You have the standby button. You have short press, it does the filter, long press does the output selector, and you've got USB-C input on the front, which is really, really convenient. And there is a little light as well, which is in there. On the back is literally everything you could dream of. So here you have the DC power 9 volt to 15 volt. You have the M12 LAN. You have the RJ45 as well, reset pin. You have the optical SC. You also have the system upgrade for the cable there. So you've got here, you have the USB inputs and outputs. I mean, it's literally, it's got everything. You've also got a 12S digital output. You have the 4.4 balanced output. You have RCA plugs, and they are outputs. You have under here a coaxial SPD diff output. You also have the SP diff optical output, which is above it. You have an AES EBU SPDIF output, and the Wi-Fi antenna, which was the option that I showed you in the box, screws on there. So might as well stick that on, and you can see that's how it works. It is very nice to have this actually vertical. So I'm going to, just for demonstration purposes, going to take that stand off, but it is a beautiful piece of kit. I'm going to use it like this so I can power it all on and show you it all working. This is the mode that works for everything, and then what you have to do is you go onto a web browser, and if you look at the instructions here, I have to keep this a bit private because I don't want you to see my Wi-Fi settings and everything, but I went through and you select, if you're iOS or Android, you put in the codes here. So I will link to some links to make this easier for you to follow, and then it will show your network status, whether it's fast, slow, cloning, slow, no connection. And obviously you can also do this over Ethernet, and then you move to the streaming section. It shows you how you set up Ethernet. That's something I wouldn't be doing. And you can use all sorts of things from Spotify, Qbuzz, YouTube Music. You can AirPlay as well. You have everything here. But now really what I want to talk about is the actual sound quality itself. So you've seen what's in the box and everything else. Just want to talk about how this actually sounds. In one word, absolutely terrific. So I didn't use all the functions. You probably won't find anyone that does have a use for every single function, but every single option is covered. What I have got is the ability to decide on what I want to use it for. So I'm into the moment Apple, using the Apple ecosystem. So I was using AirPlay an awful lot, and it just works really well. And I've got some active speakers behind me. Now, those speakers do have various connections, one of which is Bluetooth. So I could Bluetooth from an Apple device straight to those speakers, but instead I used a connection from here straight into the speakers. And I've got to tell you, the difference in sound quality was noticeable, really noticeable. What iFi have done, they've literally picked all the noise cancellation features, taking out jitter. For every connection, they've tried to make sure the signal is as pure as possible. I did try a network streamer. I borrowed someone's network streamer, connect it to this, again to some speakers, and again just the clarity in the music. I mean, these were some of the tracks that I used on it, just to give you an idea. There was tons more, but these are the ones I use in every single review regardless. And it really, really, really is quite impressive. It looks amazing. I mean, beautifully finished. And yeah, beautifully finished, so many options, upgradable as well. You really can't go wrong. I mean, it worked well for me, what I used it for. I'll try and answer the questions you've got. I may not be able to answer all of them because this thing is pretty technical, but I will leave some links so you can get some more information below. Anyway, this is Gavin from Gavin's Gadgets. Take care, guys. Bye for now.